Hello everyone, this is Heidi with Downtown NorCal Live, and today I'm going out to a farm in Woodland. I'm going to introduce you to Denise Trotter. She's the owner of Pure Honey. Hi Denise.
Hey, how are you?
Great, it's great to have you on. So let's get right into it. You have an on-site, entirely on-site production out at Pure Honey. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we're really proud of it. We keep all of our own bees. And then we have a food processing facility, and we extract all of our own honey here. And then we have a bottling room where we bottle and label each jar by hand. So my mom was a cooking teacher. She taught classes and was ServSafe. So she helped design and build our food processing facility.
Wow. And your parents own the apiary, is that right?
Yes, they do. They own Henry's Bullfrog Bees, and my dad and our wonderful team of about 7 beekeepers keep all the bees.
I really appreciate that notion of family-owned businesses and generational continuance of it. So let's see, the news stories about the decline of bees, that's been something that's been ongoing, but we do get distracted by other stories. Can you bring us up to date on the health of bees in general?
Yeah, so I would say for the last close to 15 years, there's been a sharp decline in the bee population. Colony collapse hit, which just devastated hives, and they couldn't really pinpoint it to one thing. It was a variety of different things: loss of habitat, certain pesticides. The bees would just disappear. And then that started right when we started beekeeping. So we built our hives up and then lost them all, and it's very difficult for all beekeepers. And then mites hit. So they're a parasite that attach themselves to the bees. Along with, they carry 10 to 12 different diseases into the hive. So it's been one thing after another for the bee population. From statistics from what I've read this last year, it looks like bees came out strong out of almond pollination, and they may have a little upswing this year, hopefully. Our hives are looking good. We have lots of wonderful, we call them bee yards, so places we take the bees after they're done with pollination season, and they are looking healthy and strong. So let's hope that this year is a better year for all beekeepers across the board.
Yeah, I just want to point out to our viewers that on your website you have a number of good tips just for home gardening about how to keep bees safe. And so thank you for that information.
Of course, yeah, that's my mom has a pollinator friendly garden here at the farm, and she's taught me, and it's really fun to go outside if you like gardening and see all the different beneficial pollinators for your garden out there. So
the first time I was aware of your honey was when I was shopping for gifts at a well-stocked home in Woodland. And I noticed that what I loved about it is it seemed very elegant because you offer flavored honeys. How does that work?
Yeah, so we have 2 raw varietals. So those are just from where the bees go collect nectar. So the orange blossom and wildflower are simply from our bees going to an orange grove. If bees go about 2.5 miles outside of their hive. So if they are in an certain area collecting nectar from a certain flower, then you can call them a varietal. So we have the 2 varietals. And then my mom, like I said earlier, was a cooking teacher. So she said, I want to diversify a little bit and have some fun. So we took the raw wildflower honey, and we add organic cinnamon to one. We have a big tank that has a stir that stirs in there, and cinnamon's fine enough to mix into the honey. So it stirs the cinnamon in 24/7. Then we have a habanero infused honey. Everyone was doing a jalapeno jelly. So she said, why not just add some spice to the honey? So we add some habanero spice and some red pepper flakes. Then we also have a lavender infused honey, and that one we actually here at the farm grow organic food grade lavender. We cut and we harvest it. We caught 2 harvests out of our lavender this year. Just got done harvesting our second harvest of lavender, and we cut it, we dry it, and then we soak it in honey for a week. So the natural essence of honey, of lavender, is in the honey. So that's how we came up with those. And I always say my mom's the creative one. I like the logistics of stuff, and she she has that creative mind. So
Yeah. You're a foundational member of the supply chain, and we know that in a lot of retail areas, the supply is missing. How is the supply chain impacting you, and how are you able to continue with putting a good product out?
we're able to continue putting the product out because all of the honey comes from our hives. So we're very fortunate. That's why our slogan's from our bees to your table, because literally it's from our bees. We package it ourselves and then distribute it ourselves. So the only thing I get from outside of us are our jars and lids, and I get those from a company up in Roseville, and they still have those in supply. So my supply chain hasn't been impacted. The only time it is when say we have a smaller harvest of honey, then I kind of just make sure maybe I don't look for new retail stores. I keep up with the stores that I'm in until I see how my harvest is next year. So we're very fortunate in the manner that we keep all of our own bees. So
You're a part of the Food Front. That's a city-owned, a Woodland City owned or initiated initiative. I did not word that well, but anyway, can you talk about how your experience with the Food Front?
yeah, the Food Front has been a wonderful resource for us. When you have any questions about looking for for any sort of, let's say, questions about policy or what's happening with COVID-19, you can go to them and they can answer those questions. They send you out updates of what's happening within the county. They help connect you with retail store locations. And then they also help promote you through their social media, through their website, through networking events. They bring wholesalers together and small, also small businesses, along with all their food producers and farms. And those networking events have been great, which were in the past. We haven't been able to do them. We haven't for a while, but they've been a wonderful resource. And of course, the beautiful dinner on Main is such a fun way to go and celebrate our community, I feel like, and all the goods that come from it.
That's great. One final question. How has COVID impacted you?
It has impacted us for the way that how we go about distributing our honey. We have to make sure we keep up with, we wear masks, we bring our hand sanitizer, we try to go early in the morning for deliveries to kind of make sure that we aren't delivering when there's more people out. Farmers markets especially, we can't sample. So that's brought a small decline in our in the money that we bring in, because we're not making as much when we can't sample our product, but we understand why. We have to make sure we keep up with the laws that keep our team members safe. And certain markets have been canceled. So the UC Davis Farmers Market, due to school being, all now online, that is no longer an option. So there's been definitely different things. We were going to do our first big farm to table dinner out here this year. That got, of course, canceled. So there's definitely been a lot of changes this year. The one positive thing is I can say there's certain things that we haven't been able to do that I've been able to focus on other parts of the business while just working at our shop in our facility and getting stuff done on our website and maybe getting new products ready to roll out and different stuff like that. So,
yeah, it's been really nice to have this conversation and hear your successes and your adjustments, and that things are going well for you. I've been talking with Denise Trotter. She's the owner of Pure Honey. Denise, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Thanks for asking these great questions and for all that you do.
You bet. I'll be back tomorrow with more interviews. Bye-bye, everyone.